Bellevue track. I really love the way he actually carries extra speed into the corners. I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Elsewhere tonight, Kings Lynn v Wolverhampton, the debut of Craig Cook for Kings Lynn. We'll keep you up to date with that throughout the course of the evening. Danny King goes off the inside here for Ipswich in yellow. Gate 2 in blue is Dimitri Berger for Bellevue. Gate 3 in white is Richard Lawson for the Witches. And then it's Max Frick going off the outside in the red helmet colour. Of course, these sides have met many times down the years. Two of the glamour clubs of the 70s and the early 80s when they met across the road from here at Hyde Road, Bellevue. But Ipswich newly promoted to the Premiership and their first visit here to the National Speedway Stadium and this magnificent bowl which provides some terrific racing. Here we go. Jim McGregor is our referee with his finger on the button and a wait for the side. Richard Lawson's made a beauty. Now Max Frick has really got to work hard because Danny King has the lead and Richard Lawson is on a 5-1. Charging hard now, Bellevue are under the cosh. Dimitri Berger is third. Max Frick is going to take up the challenge, but the lead now is with Danny King. The Ipswich Witches. Richard Lawson is there on that 5-1. A real test of character now for Max Frick, who's going to hunt Lawson down.
Yeah, don't count him out though, Nige. He knows how to get around this place. Super start from King on the inside. Finding a number 2, of course, he gets that favourable position in the opening race. Smart move from Lawson in the first corner, but he's coming under all sorts of pressure from the number 1 man from the Aces. But a great start at this early stage for the Ipswich Witches. A 5-1 on the cards, but Frick really coming on strong in third place. Desperately looking for a way past Richard Lawson, but just can't quite make it work at the moment.
Well, they're running out of time here, Bellevue. Here comes Frick with the last throw of the dice, and he's not going to get there. It's going to be a 5-1 to Ipswich to open up here. What a start for the Witches with Danny King and Richard Lawson. Wonderful start for Ipswich with that solid 1-7, and that amplifies it. Really a perfect example with the number 2 rider Danny King winning the race, followed home by the number 1 rider Richard Lawson. And what a start. Remember, this Bellevue side beat Wolves home and away 7 days ago on Bank Holiday Monday, but Ipswich are off to the perfect start.
Yeah, what a smashing start for them. They'll be delighted with that. Danny King could easily be number 1 for the Witches, but the averages are tight and Lawson takes that number 1 jacket. But no doubt that King absolutely flew away from the tapes. 3 points to him. Lawson backing him up in second place.
Frick was third and Dimitri Berger at the back. It's a 5-1 to Ipswich. And they've got Cameron Heaps and Jake Allen in here in Heat 2 as well. They'll fancy the chances in that one.
They will indeed. They'll have gates 2 and 4, and it'll be interesting to see how they go. But King on the inside was jet propelled. Smashing move there from Richard Lawson. Made the decision early to chop back to the inside. Wasn't tempted to go around the outside of Berger. Frick then coming through into third place. Lawson under pressure. Real close battle this was, but fair play to Lawson. He just about hung on. Although Frick, you've got to believe, had the better pace, but the ideal start. Got to believe that the coin toss there, 9 rider, and a useful guy to have at reserve.
Yeah, just down at reserve now with the new averages that have come out for June. Good start in the main body of the team. It's Ricky Wells off the inside for Bellevue. Then it's Cameron Heaps off gate 2 in white for Ipswich. Jamin Lidsey, gate 3 in blue in his debut British campaign for Bellevue. And Jake Allen, back from injury for Ipswich. He's been a real high scorer for the Witches so far this season. Did miss that meeting that we covered a fortnight ago at Vauxhall through injury, but made his comeback yesterday and he's ready to go off gate 4.
He is ready to go. I did ask him what was wrong with his shoulder, what actually had happened, and to be honest, he listed about half a dozen different things that were not quite right, and I said, are you sure he should be here? But he rode yesterday and assured me that he was ready to go.
That is from the man in white, Cameron Heaps, and here comes Jake Allen around the outside as well. Bellevue packing the placings, Allen charging hard, coming around the outside of Ricky Wells, and Cameron Heaps has that advantage right now. They're on a 4-2 as they stand. Ricky Wells taking up the challenge. He's going to work hard, but Cameron Heaps has been in tip-top form this season. Watch out for Lidsey now. Lidsey at the back, trying to come around the outside. Hits turn 3 hard, and really having a go now for Bellevue.
Yeah, he is indeed. Cameron Heaps flying away out in front. Once again, the Australian looking a reborn rider this year. Has dropped a lot of weight and looks terrific. Ricky Wells had to work hard initially to hang on to second place, with Jake Allen putting him under pressure, but drifted wide and then Wells through into place. Jaimin Lindsay was there, but has now just dropped away in 4th place. But Cameron Heaps is looking good here.
Yeah, we're in the closing stages of Heat 2, and Jaimin Lindsay's having a go to try and get the better of Jake Allen, but it's Cameron Heaps who takes the victory. Super ride, Cameron Heaps for Ipswich, which is brilliant ride. He wouldn't have won a race like that last season, but he's a transformed character, transformed rider, and he is absolutely flying. And Ipswich have opened up a 6-point lead after only a couple of races here in Manchester.
Yeah, really encouraging start for the Witches on their first visit to this particular track in this part of the world, and there's no doubt that the coin toss has worked for them in Heat 1, but Gates 2 and 4 from Cameron Heaps and Jake Allen, they pick up the big 4 too. So yeah, very encouraging start.
Yep, Heat number 2, a win for Cameron Heaps for Ipswich, with Ricky Wells second for Bellevue. Jake Allen was third. Jaimin Lindsay at the back despite his best efforts. It's a 4-2 to Ipswich, who lead here now by 9 points to 3.
Yes, encouraging start, and we see young Cameron Heaps coming out of gate 2. Jet propelled there, got the better of the American wheels on the inside. He'll be frustrated about that, Ricky, because he probably would have fancied his chances there. Jake Allen coming around the outside, and Jaimin Lindsay just having to just back out of it there just momentarily. I thought for a moment Allen was going to be able to hang on to second place here. Just that battle at the back of the straight, but early races here, a little bit slick in the middle of the track. He runs out of grip and runs out of speed, and that allows Wells up into second place. And that's how it stays. And Cameron Heaps had plenty of speed to pick up the 3 points, but
he was kept on to lead them into the Premiership with their promotion. Chris Harris going off the inside gate in white here for Ipswich, and it's Stevie Worrell, gate 2 in blue. David Bellego goes off gate 3 in yellow. Didn't score when we were at Vauxhall a couple of weeks ago. I predict he'll do a little bit better than that tonight on a track he likes. And Dan Bewley, talented young Brit, off the outside.
You can't wait to see Dan Bewley, Nige, because he had awful injuries last year. He's gently rebuilding his confidence this season. He's been going well here at his home track, and it's interesting to see how he goes from the outside. Here we go.
Number 3. Worrell's made a good start off too. He's got there. Now what can Dan Bewley do in red around the outside, the Bellevue youngster? Third place is Dan Bewley right now. It's a 4-2 to Bellevue Aces as things stand, but watch out for Bewley. He's going high into the dirt. Is there enough there for him though? Second place is David Bellego. Bewley won't give up. Harris is holding third now, and Bewley has gone to the back. He gambled by going wide. The lead though is with Stevie Worrell. Now what can Bewley do for Bellevue as Ipswich cleverly pack the minor placings?
Indeed they did. That was a mistake by Bewley. Rode too wide and left the door wide open. Bellego in second place is looking good here. Worrell was sharp away from the tapes, and David Bellego's coming on strong in second place. Real good battle for the first 2 places. Harris is outpaced in third, and Bewley coming on strong in fourth, but I think Worrell's just about got this. Bellego giving it everything. Bewley, one big blast around the outside.
Not going to get there, but it looks as though Worrell may have just held on.
Well, 2 races
Harris
in one there, Nige.
Just held on ahead of Dan Bewley, but you're right, Kelv. 2 races in one. Fabulous stuff here at the National Speedway Stadium, which regular viewers here will be only too accustomed to.
Well, if he hadn't lifted, you know, he would have done that.
Yep.
Because there's no question, just lifting coming off the inside there killed his momentum, and Worrell just hangs on. And Bellego, who was poor last time we saw him at home, looked really good there. Worrell, who had a badly broken leg just last year, is just gently rebuilding his confidence, and he starts with a fine win. Harris was having a real battle for third and fourth with Dan Bewley, who actually Bewley showed some signs of a little bit of inexperience, to be perfectly honest, in the first 2 laps. He ran too wide. There we see third and fourth with Harris just about hanging on to the hard charge in Dan Bewley, who probably made heavy weather of that race, in truth.
It was a good race, to be fair. All 4 riders involved. Steve Worrell the winner, with David Bellego second. Chris Harris was third, and Dan Bewley at the back. It's a 3-all, and it now is Bellevue 6, Ipswich 12. 3 of the 15 races gone. So far, so good for the Ipswich Witches.
Here we see, once again, gate 2 working nicely for Stevie Worrell. And then we're seeing Dan Bewley going from the outside gate. And certainly at that very, very early stage, it was looking great for Bellevue. But Bewley fancied his chances by allowing the bike to run high and wide, but at this early stage, I did notice when I did the track report that the middle of the track was a little slick and he got caught out there. Bellego comes on strong. Great pictures at the end of the straight. That's proper speedway for you. And the boys charging in the bottom corner with Chris Harris on the inside. And Dan Bewley's style is really eye-catching rider. There's no doubt he's got a huge future. A real battle to the checkered flag for the front two and for the back two.
Heat number 4.
But I'm looking forward to the action here in Heat 4 because Kenneth Bjerre is a man on a mission. He is back with the aces and he's the new Danish champion.
Allen off the inside, Lidsey off gate 2, looking to make up for his first race disappointment. Piszczek off 3 for Ipswich. Kenneth Bjerre off the outside for Bellevue. Here we go. What a start that is from the man in blue, Jamin Lidsey. And now Kenneth Bjerre tries the outside run and Bellevue are on a 5-1. Lidsey with that lead now. He's obviously made some sort of change to his bike setup and he's flying away here. Kenneth Bjerre is the man in red. Christian Piszczek the pole. And at the back right now is the man in yellow, Jake Allen. This is more like it from Bellevue and a little bit of team riding from Bjerre and from Jamin Lidsey as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamin Lidsey was really quite mature down the back straight there. He looked for his teammate. And Kenneth Bjerre comes charging around the outside and they look set for a really useful 5-1. And this will just re-establish himself in the meeting, because there's no question that Ipswich have been the better of the two sides in the first 40 races. But Kenneth Bjerre, you can just see he is oozing confidence out in front. Jamin Lidsey, the young Australian, looking good as well.
Absolutely flying. It's King Kenneth Bjerre, the main Dane, the Danish champion. And the Bellevue fans are delighted. They've got back into this match with a 5-1 and they needed that, even though it was early on. That was convincing as well. Jamin Lidsey, jet propelled from the start.
Yeah, brilliant.
Kenneth Bjerre picked the right big bit of track at the right time to get the drive and get the better of Christian Piszczek and Jake Allen for a 5-1 for the aces to get it closer now. Just 2 points between the sides and a good match in prospect here. Home fans delighted with Kenneth Bjerre and Jamin Lidsey for the Bellevue Aces. That is a big 5-1 for them. They move on to 11 points now and 13 for Ipswich. Bjerre, Lidsey, Piszczek and Allen. Ipswich lead by 2 and a good meeting shaping up here, Kel.
Yeah, it's what the home team required and they duly delivered. Jamin Lidsey, I'll tell you what, that was a spectacular start from him, wasn't it? He really was. Here we're seeing it now. He's just clear into the first corner. A dream start from him. And Kenneth Bjerre, and what I like about this is he's having a good look early on there. He's aware that Bjerre's there and he looks 3 times, and for a youngster that's great composure, even though he's being hunted down by the opposition. Bjerre then really did look very impressive indeed. He loves that high wide line. He's a really small guy and now he's dropped all the weight. Well, he's really has the power to weight ratio really has come to help him big time.
13-11 in favour of the Ipswich Witches. Bellevue have got gates 1 and 3 here, and it's Dan Bewley going off the inside gate in red. Gate 2 in yellow is Danny King, winner of Heat 1 tonight. In yellow for Ipswich. Gate 3 in blue is Stevie Worrell for Bellevue, winner of his opening ride, and Richard Lawson going off the outside in white. 13-11.
Yeah.
Ipswich have made a good start to this match.
Yeah, very strong start, but Bellevue hit back with that 5-1 in the previous race, so they'll be buoyed by that. And you've got to believe that with Worrell winning his opening ride and Bewley, although he didn't score, I just sense that he'll bounce back here. So this is a tough race actually. 2 strong pairings. The one from Ipswich, of course, started with a 5-1, so they'll be confident, but you just sense that the aces will be working their way into this meeting. They're a good outfit, and particularly at home, and just the 2 points between the two teams.
Yeah, Dan Bewley's dad watching on here at the National Speedway Stadium, and Bewley always spectacular to watch and so good to see him back in action this season. Chris Louis, co-promoter of Ipswich with Richie Hawkins, the team manager. Heat number 5 it is here. Good start from Danny King off gate number 2, and now Richard Lawson is going to try to switch, but Dan Bewley trying to muscle out King down the back straight. What about that? Stevie Worrell in the mix as well.
3 abreast.
Breathtaking speedway. Stevie Worrell now trying to come wide and build up a lead on Danny King. Trying the inside run. King has close the door.
Richard
Here comes
Lawson.
Richard Lawson now for the Ipswich Witches, down the back straight, and he's just got the better of Dan Bewley. Great stuff here.
Yeah, fabulous opening lap of Speedway that was. 3 abreast down the back straight. Certainly Richie Warren had to work, Stevie Warren, excuse me, had to work really hard to get the better of Danny King, because I thought for a moment King was going to split the aces down the back straight. Bewley's gone to the back because Lawson then came charging round the outside in the first and second corner, but Worrell looking much more like his old self. He really does ride this place very well indeed, and this is a tough race and he's looking good.
Well, it means that Ipswich are going to stay a couple of points ahead as things stand with this scoreline now. Stevie Worrell for Bellevue. They are winning races now, but job done by Ipswich as well.
Yes.
Richard Lawson did a tidy job to dispose of Dan Bewley there. Bewley was really determined, but
Well,
Richard Lawson rode a very clever race there to get the better of him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Don't enjoy agreeing with you there, Nige, but you are spot on, because Bewley was trapped on the inside and Lawson had no choice and rolled around the outside rather, and got the better of the youngster, and I thought he would come back at him, but he didn't. But Steve Worrell, 2 rides and 2 wins to his name, and I've got to say that he was talking about rebuilding his confidence. Well, rides like he's having there certainly will help him enormously.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Stevie Worrell, the winner from Danny King second, Richard Lawson third, Bewley at the back, but it's a 3-all, and that maintains the Ipswich lead a third of the way through the match. The Witches lead 16-14, and some good speedway here.
Yeah, particularly at the end of the back straight. They're 3 abreast. You know, Danny King's the meat in the sandwich here, with Worrell on the outside, Bewley up the inside. Look how that is. Fantastic stuff. You know, there's very few tracks in the world that you can do that with safely. And this is just sensational stuff, and that's why people love coming to watch Speedway here. Worrell there just round the outside. He was in the right place there, allows the bike to run really wide down the start and finish straight as they come through to start the second lap. But then Richie Lawson, I've got to say, this is a clever move by him, because he then swooped round the outside, and that was a very keen move and a crucial move by him. But Worrell out in front, he was very impressive. He's looking really good. But the Witches, as you rightly said, Nige, packing in the minor places, and they
Got a 5-1 back, Kings Lynn. It's 12
well, there you
apiece.
go. They've just started. They must have heard of us. Needed to get their act together, and they have done. But,
Lewis Kerr and Craig Cook getting a 5-1 in heat 4.
I think Craig
12
Cook
apiece.
could be quite a catalyst for that team.
Yeah, Christian Piszczek off the inside for Ipswich here. Then it's Max Frick going off gate 2 in red. Gate 3 in yellow is Cameron Heaps for Ipswich. And Dimitri Berger started at reserve this season, is now in the main body of the team. He'll find that a bit tougher. And he's off the outside in the blue helmet colour. Not often that we see a couple of Frenchmen in a Premiership Speedway meeting, but Dimitri Berger.
Yeah, well.
And David Bellego for Ipswich. And Mark Lemon, a man in demand right now. He's attracting the attention of Torren in the Polish Extraliga to do a bit of work with them as well.
Yeah, he's been quite successful at doing it as well. Yeah, 2 Frenchmen that we saw in the Speedway Nation as teammates. They're not here, they're up against each other.
Here we go then. Good start from Max Frick, but what about that? From the man in the white helmet colour, Christian Piszczek. This is his type of track, but Frick now charging hard, making it look easy as he blasts around the outside, getting the dirt, using the banking, and that's a smart move from Max Frick. Christian Piszczek is second right now. Third in blue is Dimitri Berger. Man at the back is Cameron Heaps, and Berger holding up third place quite nicely right now. If it stays like this, then the scores would be level, but Heaps is trying the inside run. He's not done yet.
No, super stuff from Frick. Look at that, right round the outside. He loves it there. But I say Berger's not out of it in third, and Bellego's had to ride a little tighter, but they're all chasing the dirt as well on the exit of turn 4. Cameron Heaps is now back in initially, but Frick looks majestic out in front. Bellego's got pace though, he's looking good in second place, but a useful 4-2 on the cards here for the home team. He's going to level it all up. And as they charge to the line, it's Frick's race.
Max Frick the winner then. Second place Christian Piszczek for Ipswich. Third in blue was Dimitri Berger. So that does level it. It's taken Bellevue a while. They were 9-3 down after 2, but after 6 they've levelled it now at 18 points apiece, and this has got all the makings of a really competitive match tonight, which is what we always like to see.
Well,
18 points apiece.
We've had 2 broadcasts and we've had 2 last heat deciders. Maybe we'll make it a hat trick of last heat deciders tonight, but there's no doubt that Max Frick has really growing into the role as #1 and captain of this Aces side. Looking good there, really good.
Yep, a win for Max Frick. Christian Piszek was second, Dimitri Berger was third, and Cameron Heaps on that occasion trailing at the back. So 6 races gone now, and Bellevue have levelled it at 18 points apiece, and Max Frick just had to use his intelligence and home track knowledge here to just pick his moment as he went wide.
Yeah, he goes wide there, and Belego's good, looking good. Berger's chopped to the inside, but then that speed at the end of the straight that you can generate by going so wide. Piszek, excuse me, and there's no doubt that it's brilliant stuff from Frick again. Look at that, fantastic round the outside, absolutely superb. So, no, brilliant stuff from him. And the Australian is really beginning to look like a real class performer. He's had a Grand Prix this year. He rides regularly for Wrocław with the world champion in Poland. And I think it's all to his benefit. We're looking at the early days again, and that move around the outside really is very impressive. So Bellevue back to all square here on 18 points each.
Where teams are concerned, and that dictates the riding order in Speedway teams. Kenneth Pierre off the inside in red, then very, very quick in his opening ride.
Yeah.
Chris Harris goes off gate 2 in the white helmet. Then it's Ricky Wells off gate 3 in blue for the Aces. And for the Witches, David Bellego going off the outside in yellow.
Key to this race, I think, is Chris Harris. I think that he hasn't always had the best of times here. Times this track is a bit of a bugbear. He's done good here.
Here we go then. And it's a good start from Kenneth Pierre. Now he's just looking to shove out the challenge of Chris Harris, but Harris has that lead. Watch out now for David Bellego in yellow as well. Turn up for the book here, because Pierre was super quick in his opening ride. But here are the Witches now carving up. He's number 7. They're on a 5-1. What can Pierre do? Harris has the lead. Pierre goes wide. Watch out for the inside from David Bellego. 5-1 Ipswich.
Fantastic stuff. Kenneth Pierre having to work a lot harder this time. He's got the better of Bellego there on the outside. Had to work really hard. Harris was super away from the tapes. I fancied he was going to be a key man in the race. He's out in front, but Pierre has now got himself through into second place. Now Ricky Wells is at the back. Harris coming out of that top corner. 1 lap to go, and Pierre somehow managed to get himself to the front.
Chris Harris is riding really cleverly here. He's going high into the dirt, and I don't think Pierre's got enough time to catch him. Harris has just ridden a beautiful race for Ipswich. Brilliant stuff from Chris Harris of the Ipswich Witches in the white helmet colour. Vintage Harris for Ipswich there. He really rode the line perfectly. There was no way through for Kenneth Pierre. Pierre had speed, but Harris knew where to put the bike. Right place, right time, 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely, and he got away nicely, and gives his bike a pat on the back for that, and he's delighted. But Chris Harris, who struggles here at times, I'll tell you what, he didn't struggle there. He looked really good in front of Kenneth Pierre.
Yeah, that was a terrific ride, and a point for Bellego as well. So Pierre in second. It's a 4-2 to Ipswich, who retake the lead here by 22 points to 20 after 7 races of this really competitive Premiership Speedway here in Manchester tonight.
Yeah, this is what it's all about for Harris. He actually gets away nicely there. He's sort of neck and neck with Kenneth Pierre coming from the inside, but he just gets to the dirt in time, and it's tight. It's really very tight indeed. And Bellego also coming roaring around the outside, and Ricky Wells got trapped at the back, and he had a frustrating race. Pierre had to work hard to get the better of the Frenchman Bellego, but he does that. He then comes on strong and pushes hard to try and get to Chris Harris. It's tight here, you can see it's really tight, but Bellego is committed to the outside run, and then Pierre's able to sort of swap to there. This is smashing racing, isn't it, when they can swap inside, outside? It really is quite breathtaking. But then Pierre responds nicely. He's right out in the dirt. There's quite a lot of grip there. You can see their bike pulling his arms off. But Harris is there first, and that's the fastest way, and he picks up a really useful win for the Witches, and the Witches are hanging on. And I'll tell you what, when you look at the lineups tonight and each heat as it's progressing, this is going to be a tight match. Yep,
off the inside is Jamin Lidsey then. Rode a nice ride last time out. Is off the inside in blue. Been very impressive in his debut British season. Cameron Heaps, gate 2 in yellow for the Witches, a replacement for Jake Allen. Dimitri Berger, gate 3 in red for the Aces, and then off the outside Danny King, a good rider to have in heat number 8 in this position in the number 2 slot.
Exactly that, and I pointed that out at the beginning of the programme because he is a top quality rider to be coming out in heat number 8. He's got to be favourite for a win here, and if Heaps can come through even into a third place, a useful moment for the Ipswich Princes.
Here we go then, race number 8. What about that from Danny King around the outside, but that's a superstar from Jamin Lindsay. He has that lead now, charging on the inside in run is Berger, but the man in white is Danny King. King now is going to try the high line and try and get the better of Jamin Lindsay, who locks the bike up, but coming forward Dimitri Berger. Bellevue on a 4-2 right now, but Danny King isn't done yet. Here comes King down the back straight, wheel to wheel.
Yeah, really tight stuff. Jamin Lindsay there out of the... But here comes Danny King up the inside again. This is tough stuff. And striking, how close were they there as they swapped as they went across the start and finish line. The Australian in front, putting away now. Berger into third place, excuse me. And a 4-2 on the cards for the home team. This is a terrific ride from the youngster from Australia, Nigel, because Danny King's very useful here.
He is indeed, and that is a clever ride by Berger as well, because he's going wide and holding that line in third, and here we go, it's going to be level again. Yep. Bellevue bounced back once again here in heat number 8, and that is a fantastic ride from Jamin Lindsay at number 7 in the riding order. He's the lowest averaged rider in the Bellevue side, and he's just beaten the former British champion Danny King around this magnificent circuit. Great stuff, Jamin Lindsay of the Bellevue Aces, who get themselves a 4-2 advantage when it could so easily have been a different story. Very when you look at that lineup.
Yeah, with Danny King in it, you've got to believe that King would have fancied his chances in heat number 8, and that's why they put him there tonight. But Mark Lemon will be chuffed to bits with the youngster from Australia. And Lindsay, who's doing some racing in Poland as well, really was very accomplished out in front in heat number 8.
He was indeed, and Cameron Heaps brought in, but a second successive last place. A win for Lindsay, King second, Berger third. It's a 4-2 to Bellevue, and halfway through this match now, it's level, 24 apiece.
Yeah, nothing to choose between the two teams, and a smashing start from the inside from Lindsay. Berger comes through there, and Cameron Heaps has a hard time coming out of turn number 2. Had to really get off the throttle there because Berger forced his way into third place. King's there, and as hard as he tried, he just could not catch that youngster out in front. He had to work hard to take care of Berger, chopping his nose off as they go into that first corner, and very nearly got to the front, but fair play to Jamin Lindsay. He responds brilliantly. And I must say, he looks like a rider that's really growing in confidence. I saw him ride last year. He didn't look like...
His pit crew to get that sorted. But here he is in the white helmet colour. So it's Steve Worrell going off the inside in blue. And it's Christian Piszek, gate 2 in white, the pole for Ipswich in his first season with the club. Dan Bewley goes off gate 3 in red for Bellevue. Is this his moment where he finally scores some points for Bellevue? And Jake Allen is the reserve switch off the outside here for Ipswich. It's level at 24 points apiece. It's a terrific match. Here we go with heat number 9. On the inside gate. Bewley has gone square in that first turn. Charging hard up the inside is Christian Piszek. And now on the back, Jake Allen charging through. Dan Bewley now having it all on in the red helmet colour as he goes further wide towards the fence. Charging hard, but Allen has come through. And now Dan Bewley is just squeezed out again, but the lead is with Stevie Worrell. But Ipswich on a 3-all, packing the minor placings.
Yeah, not the night for Dan Bewley. Just found himself in the wrong place there at the wrong time, and Jake Allen came through in the second place. Allen made well of making changes as well. He's looking a lot more competitive this time. Worrell is having a great night. Bewley's packed up, and I think he may have got a puncher there. I'm not quite sure, but that's a bit of disappointment for him. But for Steve Worrell, completely the opposite. This is looking like a third consecutive win for the Englishman. And Worrell, well, had a hard time last year. This is looking really good for him.
Yeah, Stevie Worrell on his way to a third straight win. But once again, his partner can't back him up. It's a bad night for Dan Bewley.
Yeah, it's not a puncher.
Yep, Stevie Worrell taking that checkered flag. 3 rides, 3 wins, but Ipswich will be satisfied with that to get a share of the spoils again. We're down to 6 races remaining now, and we're still level here in Manchester. Bellevue 27, Ipswich 27. As we say, 6 races to go. Elsewhere tonight, 5 gone in Kings Lynn. It's Kings Lynn 17 Wolverhampton 13, that's the latest there. 17-13 Kings Lynn. Heat 9 result here. Worrell, Allen, Pichek, Bewley, a 3-all, wow. 27 points all.
Well, this is not the night for Dan Bewley, that's for sure. One to forget. Hasn't scored so far, but Steve Worrell has been riding so very well. He's looking really good. Got to say, Jake Allen bounced back there. He's been poor so far with 1 point from 2 rides, and he looked a lot better there. So they may well have just tweaked the bike. I'm quite sure what went on with Dan Bewley there. He slowed quite badly and then got going again. Here we see the start, and Worrell has really been very sharp away from the tapes tonight. And Bewley's there again, running high and wide, but again he's leaving himself very vulnerable with that high wide line. It probably works on many occasions, but tonight he found himself really trapped. You'll watch as he goes through this third corner. There's no doubt that he then runs into trouble mid-corner. He's got grip and he runs into traffic here just about now. There you are. You see he's having to slow down. Jake Allen takes advantage, back into third, and you'll see it. You watch him there. He's running for the dirt. He's finding some traffic, and then unfortunately has to just kill his momentum at the vital moment, and Jake Allen then pounces and is coming through into second place. Stevie Worrell out in front, trouble-free, away from the tapes, and he's enjoying a super night.
Yeah, Dan Bewley's just
I don't know what happened to him, Nigel, because he slowed, didn't he? It looked like it might have been a punch or something, but quite clearly there was an issue. And there, because he is a major addition to that side, no doubt about that. But we're up to heat number 10, and all of a sudden we're 27 points all. This is really nip and tuck.
Dimitri Berger off the inside for Bellevue. Then it's David Bellego, gate 2 in yellow for the Witches. Max Frick, gate 3 red. And then Chris Harris, so impressive in his last outing. He's off the outside in white. Could be some race, this one.
Yeah.
Heat 10 it is. 27 points apiece. Bellevue, we remind you, fresh from that double victory on Bank Holiday, home and away against Wolverhampton. They won the lunchtime shootout here against Wolves, and then went down to Montmagrian in the evening and won that one pretty convincingly.
Yeah, very
7
impressive.
big league points for the Aces last Monday. Right now, though, they've got it all on to even get 1 league point right now. They're being pegged back by a very determined Ipswich Witches side here at the National Stadium right now. Great start from Dimitri Berger in blue. Now, what can Max Frick do as Harris charges up the inside? Very clever move from Chris Harris, and the battle is on now with Max Frick, the number 1 for Bellevue, trailing in the back. How long will he be there for, though? It is Dimitri Berger. Now Frick tries the inside run as Harris goes wide. Oh my goodness! Berger in deep trouble there.
That was really tight. Harris coming charging into the action. Frick's around the outside of Berger. Now Frick's going up the inside of Harris. How tight is that? Speedway, wow, you can't take your eyes off it. Frick has gone. Oh!
Well. That's at high speed, down the back straight.
Wow, they got hooked up there. I think the footrest of Frick got hooked up on Harris's bike, and it pulled them both down. I think they're going to be okay, but crikey, it could have been a lot worse. What a race that was.
Well, this is where the race Kevlars will have done their job, hopefully, in protecting the skin.
Here, I think the footrest, I might be wrong, but I think the footrest then must get hooked up.
Oh.
Yeah, they go straight in the front wheel. Goes straight in the front wheel, and that's why they both come down. A little bit naughty by Frick, because he basically didn't give Harris anywhere to go. If you see it again, Harris is charging there, and he moves straight. Harris is alongside him, and to be honest, Frick didn't really appreciate that Harris was still right there, and that's why the footrest has gone in his front wheel and ripped all the spokes out. That's why they've gone down there now. It's caught the front wheel and taken him down, and to be perfectly honest, Frick was a little naughty. He should have given him just a little bit more racing room.
Wow, it's a tough old sport, this Speedway.
There, he's just moved over too far. Nasty, that could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse, yeah. I'm just pleased that they're walking away from that.
Frick is not a dirty rider.
No, he's not.
But that was a misjudgment. He's away.
Yep, it's going to be a race win for David Bellego. Dimitri Berger holds second. Split the Witches duo. Good ride from David Bellego for Ipswich. Brilliant stuff from him. Berger splits the Ipswich, who retake the lead by 2 points now.
Yeah.
After that
Could have been
4-2.
more. Could have been more, Nige. I think if Harris had been on his original bike, it would have been. He just did not have the speed and the second bike as he had earlier on. And Berger hung on in second place just to keep a bit of damage limitation.
10 heats gone here at the National Speedway Stadium. And it's David Bellego the winner, with Dimitri Berger second, Chris Harris third. Witches who lead here now by 31.29, and there are 5 races left.
There is indeed, and a super start from Berger, and Harris then was in a good position here, comes steaming up the inside there, and runs in hot, but that allows Berger to then square it off, and he gets the better of Harris. Harris then charges out to the dirt, and then the second time down the back straight, Berger just about hangs on in second place, and as hard as Harris tries, he can't generate the speed in his spare bike that he had in his first one, so he'll be a little bit frustrated, but still, nonetheless, it was a heat advantage to the Witches.
Here for France in the Speedway of Nations on a couple of occasions as well around this track. Now we see heat 11 and the 1 and 3 gate positions switch to Ipswich now. Richard Lawson inside gate white, Kenneth Pierre for Bellevue, gate 2 red, gate 3 yellow, Danny King for the Witches, and it's Ricky Wells going off the outside in blue here for Bellevue.
Yeah.
Ipswich will fancy it off 1 and 3, but Pierre, of course, super quick in the red helmet colour.
Yeah, but maybe if Pierre hits the front, then they'll try and pack the minor places and keep it to a 3-all. So Pierre clears off, then it might not be a disaster. Been plenty of work going on the start line, both Pierre and Richard Lawson, well off the bike and digging around, desperately trying to find a decent spot to start from. And a lot of warming of the tyres up. You can't do that in World Championship Speedway. You can still do it in domestic Speedway here. But yeah, settling down. 2 and 4 for the home team. Pierre, the top man, going from the gate number 2. Can he make it from there? Richard Lawson going well for the Witches tonight.
Yep, heat number 11 it is then here. 31.29 for the visitors. That's a good start from Kenneth Pierre. And that in the red helmet colour. He goes wide into the dirt, and he's got that advantage now for Bellevue. Pierre has that advantage. Danny King is second, and Ricky Wells trying hard to charge up the inside of Richard Lawson. But Lawson runs the gap very cleverly there for the Ipswich Witches. It's a 3-all, and this will do Ipswich all day long.
Yeah, absolutely right. Kenneth Pierre got away nicely. Danny King pushing hard, but a 3-all will be more than okay. I've got to say, Danny King's under real go in second place. They're going very, very wide at the moment. Yeah, it's pretty much got it under control. Ricky Wells is out of this. He just can't quite land a blow. Look at Danny King. He's having a real go in second place. Kenneth Pierre is going to have to ride with eyes in the back of his head. 1 lap to go. And Danny King do anything about Kenneth Pierre?
Yeah, King looking super quick here down the back straight. He's putting pressure on Pierre, who has to look over his shoulder and calculate the best place to go in the closing stages. Down to the finish line they go. Pierre just hangs on. Yep. Good stuff. Good speedway.
Yeah, it was indeed. Kenneth Pierre was quick away from gate 2 and hung on in front, but you can see that Danny King is really enjoying himself. He was riding the inside, the outside, squaring the corners off, desperately looking for a way through. But a 3-all there. The Ipswich Witches maintain that 2-point advantage, 34-32. Tight speedway match this one, Nige.
Yeah, very much so. And it's a good ride from Kenneth Pierre. They needed him to deliver the goods there, the new Danish champion. And of course he'll have hopes of getting back into the Grand Prix scene, I'm sure, at some stage. King, Lawson and Wells. And by the way, there is a big Grand Prix qualifier ahead of the 2020 season, a qualifying round for the Grand Prix including Robert Lambert, Niels Christian Iversen, Craig Cook, Jakob Torshäll of Sweden. They're at Glasgow this Saturday. I'm told the main stand seating has sold out, standing room only at Glasgow this weekend.
Very encouraging to see the pre-sales there in Glasgow. I'm sure it'll be a super evening. We see it again. Brilliant start from Kenneth Pierre out of gate 2. Richard Lawson's right there. Ricky Wells just outpace here. Danny King rides a really strong race here throughout the 4 laps. Pierre, I'm sure, felt that he should have been pulling further and further away, but King there kept him very much up to his spare, so he's going to have to really work hard.
There, was it?
Yeah, just didn't have the speed, but Dan Bewley here, Nige. He's got to come to the party now, Dan Bewley. He's had a really tough night.
Yep, Cameron Heaps off the inside in yellow. Dan Bewley off 2 for Bellevue. Chris Harris, gate 3 white for the Ipswich Witches. And then it's Jamin Lidsey off the outside in blue. So that is the lineup. Dan Bewley back on his first bike, we're told. Number 12 it is, 34-36. It's a good start from Cameron Heaps. The Ipswich Witches, Bewley's going wide now. Lidsey's diving up the inside. Harris is at the back, but not for long. He's come through. Look at Bewley, he's long tracking. He's long tracking.
He was.
The way he just went towards the back of the bike.
He's going now.
Harris is charging hard on Lidsey, and it's Dan Bewley who has really come to the party here. Lidsey now charging hard. Good race developing.
Yeah, Bewley back to his best now. That's more like it from him. Long tracking down the back straight, gets himself to the front. Looking for a way through as well. Harris has had to work hard to get the second place. But I'll tell you what, he hasn't really done his mate any favours there. Oh, that's tight between the two Aussie boys down the back straight. Bewley looking good. They needed it to the aces, but I've got to say, the Witches are hanging up here because of 3-all will steal. Well, they'll still have a 2-point advantage in the match.
Yeah, I think Ipswich are going to hold out here, although Lidsey's going to have one last go in the dirt. But a bit of team riding from Harris and from Cameron Heaps there. Just about holds him out.
Yeah.
Big ride from Dan Bewley.
Needed
but
it.
a crucial second and third from Chris Harris and Cameron Heaps, and they were doing some tidy team riding there to keep Jamin Lidsey at bay, and that could be crucial, Cal.
Yeah, the experience of Harris there coming to the fore. No doubt about that. Bewley determined to get to the front, and he pulled it off. He tucked down behind the handlebars down the back straight and really wound it on, and finally put some points on the board, because that's the first points that he's scored this evening. 4 rides, just the 3 points, but a vital win. But the Witches won't go away tonight.
Down that back straight, he was hanging off the bike like the old long track. That reminded of you on the long track there, Kel.
Yeah, I was wondering whether he was actually going to turn left at the end of the straight there. He was getting so much speed, but
like he was heading straight for the rugby league pitch or even the greyhound track. Dan Bewley, Chris Harris, Cameron Heaps, Jamin Lidsey, 3 apiece, 37-35. Ipswich lead and only 3 to go now.
We're seeing it again, gate 2 for Bewley, and it's tight because Heaps has made a good start on the inside of him. And he's roared up the banking, and now he tucks down there. Look at that, hanging down almost on the tank down the back straight, allowing the bike to run as straight as he possibly can to carry the speed into the corner. Heaps makes him work for it. Here we see it again. An unusual position he adopts here. Look at that, really hanging down there, winding it on, frustrated of course, because he's had a tough night, but that was much more like it from him. And again, down the start and finish straight, he replicates that position on the bike, and he pulls away, and he'll be chuffed with that. He's got something out of the night.
They'll get a guy, there'll be 2 up with 2 to go. Max Frick, who of course was excluded in that last outing after the coming together with Chris Harris. Gate 2 is Richard Lawson for Ipswich. Gate 3 blue, Kenneth Bier, who absolutely flew away in his last ride. 8 points out of 9 for him. And Christian Piszek, the pole off the outside for the Ipswich Witches.
I'm not absolutely confident, but it does look like that Kenneth Bier is on a very clean bike, and it may well be that he's had to change equipment here, which will be, we'll keep an eye on that, whether that's going to work out. Max Frick, of course, will still be on his original one, but Piszek on the outside. I think this may just fall right for the aces here. They've been under pressure all night long. And heat 13, as you rightly say, Nige, is always an important race. This is a vital one tonight for the home team.
Yeah, well, this could give us a clearer indication of where this match is going to go. Heat 13, Lawson's made a good start, and Frick has gone on one wheel, and time in the air is time wasted, and Richard Lawson has the lead now, and now Frick up the inside. Max Frick has got the advantage, and what can Kenneth Bier do now? Lawson tries the inside run for Ipswich, charging hard in yellow is Christian Piszek as well. Lawson has the lead, Frick's come back for more. What can Bier do now at the back? And Lawson isn't done yet up top.
Oh, brilliant stuff from the front too. Max Frick just about stamping his authority on the lead. Richard Lawson riding really well in second place. Now Bier's into third place, gets the better of Piszek. Frick's out in front now. Can Kenneth Bier do anything about Richard Lawson? He's riding it on. He's coming on strongly in third place. Oh, let's try. I thought the pole was going to hit Bier. Bier now into the last lap. He's going to get to second place.
Kenneth Bier Richard Lawson, but Bellevue are going to get a 5-1 to take the lead with 2 to go. That's Frick and Kenneth Pierre with a magnificent move from last to second, and Pierre takes a checkered flag. 5-1 Bellevue. They take the lead by 2 with 2 heats to go. What a race that was.
Fantastic timing from the home team. They looked strong on paper, and so it proved. Frick had to work hard because Richard Lawson got away so smartly initially. Crowd on their feet. Kenneth Pierre, well, I do think he was on a spare bike. It took 2 laps for him to sort it out, but he came through, got the better of Richard Lawson late on in the race. What a vital moment in this match. It's been really entertaining stuff.
I'm pretty sure we'll see those 2 out again in Heat 15 for Bellevue.
Well, I think you've got short odds on that night.
Yep, Frick and Pierre over Richard Lawson and Christian Piszek. The crowd delighted. 5-1 to the men from Manchester. And it really has been
proper speedway tonight. This is league racing at its best. Richard Lawson certainly sharp away from gate number 2. Up the banking they go. Kenneth Pierre just squeezed out there in that first corner and finds a lot of traffic going down that back straight on the opening lap. Frick and Lawson really have a good go here for a couple of laps. And the Australian, number 1 man for the Aces, had to work very hard to get the better of Richard Lawson. Read that beautifully and was able to repay the compliment by charging up the inside, and then just about now just has enough speed to get the better of Lawson. Then Kenneth Pierre comes into the picture as well. Here we're seeing that action again between the front 2 earlier on in the race. Very good indeed, but the key to this really was Kenneth Pierre when Pierre comes through to get the better of Lawson. The 2 won in the previous race. They've come to life, and this is going to be some finish tonight here.
Yep, heat number 14 it is then, with David Pelego going off the inside in white. Jamin Lindsay gate 2 in blue for Bellevue. Then it's Jake Allen gate 3 for the Witches, and Stevie Worrell off the outside, unbeaten so far. By the way, elsewhere 11 gone. Kings Lynn 39, Wolverhampton 27.
You know, we were saying we're going to see those 2 fillers in Heat 15. I think Steve Worrell might have something to say about that, mate. I think we overlooked that point.
Yes.
He's unbeaten so far. Yes. And he's having a terrific night, and if he wins this, then Mark Lemon will have a big call for Heat 15.
Well, indeed, but it's a nice call to have to make, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice problem to have, certainly.
But Ipswich have been magnificent, and they deserve something from this meeting. They may yet win it still.
Oh, yeah, they'll get a point. I can't believe they're going to drop a point tonight. I think they'll go away with at least a league point, but these are 2 big races, and you just sense that the momentum may just be with the home team, but it's only a slender point. Louis on the left, in the middle, Cameron Heaps and Richie Hawkins. Tense moments these. Big moments for the Ipswich Witches, back in big time speedway, back in the top level for the first time in 8 years. Here we go.
Yeah, big race coming up here, heat number 14. Great start from Pelego. David Pelego has made a beauty, the clever switch up the inside as well for Jake Allen. Charging through here, battling hard is German Lindsay for Bellevue. And the lead right now is with David Pelego. Can anybody catch him? Worrell's coming around the outside as well. Man on the inside in yellow is Jake Allen for the Ipswich Witches. Worrell is at the back right now, but he won't give up. He's going to try absolutely everything here. It's level as things stand with a 4-2. What a meeting this has been.
Incredible stuff here now. Stevie Worrell unbeaten coming into this one, really having to work hard. Great stuff from Pelego out in front. Got to say that Jamin Lindsay going well in second place, desperately trying to close in on Pelego. He is doing so at this stage. They're into the last lap now. Worrell, that's tight between Jake Allen and Worrell. Pelego looking good out in front. Can Allen hang on in third?
I think he can, although Worrell is coming hard into the dirt around the outside. It looks like we're going to be level going into the last heat. We are indeed.
Whoa.
42 points each, and a 3rd successive last heat decider in our Premiership Speedway coverage.
Wow.
It's level here in Manchester. 1 race to go. Bellevue 42, Ipswich 42. What a great night here.
Fabulous night of speedway, and it's coming to a fantastic finale in Heat 15. Got to say, the 5-1 in Heat 13, I just fancied the home team had the momentum, but what a ride from Bellego and Allen. Allen had to do all sorts of antics there to keep Steve Worrell behind him, but fair play.
Three straight wins and a last for Steve Worrell now, but David Bellego, 9 points tonight, brilliant. Jamin Lindsay second, Jake Allen was third, 4-2 to Ipswich, who level it, and they are going to take something away from this meeting. They could win it, they might draw, or they might just get a point as a consolation for a narrow away defeat.
They kind of deserve more than that, don't they? Just a consolation point, but here we're seeing the replays with Bellego coming on strong. He looks good, the Frenchman. Got to say that Jamin Lindsay's certainly a big prospect, riding nicely in second place. Worrell here just out-battled. It was a good ride from Jake Allen. He hasn't had a great night, Allen, but he comes good here. That's a vital third place for the Ipswich Witches. Bellego.
It's going to be very, very tense. Ahead of heat number 15. Max Frick going off the inside in red. David Bellego, gate 2 in white. Very impressive for the Witches tonight. Kenneth Pierre, gate 3 in blue. And Danny King off the outside in yellow for the Witches. And Bellevue with those 7 points on the board from last Monday with 2 victories over Wolverhampton. Can they make it 10 in a week now with a home victory? We know that Witches are guaranteed a point for losing away by less than 6. They could get 2 league points for an away draw, or 3 league points for a victory away from home. So
everything's arranged for tonight.
Yeah. Heat 15 it is. It's all over the next 4 laps to decide it. It's a great start from Max Frick. Frick has gone there. Now King has jumped up the inside. Pierre has got to calculate his move. Now he's got up the inside. Pierre's moved. He's gone from last to second. What a move! Max Frick has that lead. The man in white is David Bellego, and Pierre has come through. It's Frick from Pierre, from Bellego. Danny King is the man at the back, but Ipswich aren't done yet.
Whoa.
Here comes Bellego again.
Yeah, superb stop for second. Certainly Bellego is giving it everything here. Pierre's going to square the corner off. They come back up the inside of the Frenchman and just charge up the banking. Bellego now trying to repay the compliment. But a distance of Kenneth Pierre. Just about done enough there. Frick is away. And suddenly the class of this pairing from Bellevue. Bellego's still not out of it. Yeah, having to work very hard to hang on to their second place, but the meeting is set for the aces.
Bellevue have left it late, but they've pulled it out of the bag. Magnificent performance of Max Frick and Kenneth Pierre. And the man in white looks down to the ground, but he should hold his head high. Ipswich have been magnificent tonight. Bellevue have just pulled through here on home of what has been a fantastic night of Speedway once again here at the National Speedway Stadium in Manchester. It was 42-all going in, and Bellevue have been rescued by Max Frick and Kenneth Pierre.
Yeah, 2 5-1s from those pairings in the last 3. That really turned it around to their advantage, and they sealed the win on the night. Frick and Pierre, well, what a pairing to have for Mark Lemon to be able to in the last race. Must have felt relatively confident that they could put up the big performance. What a night of Speedway.
Max Frick and Kenneth Pierre are the last heat heroes for the aces. David Bellego third, Danny King at the back. Final score, Bellevue 47, Ipswich 43. It's the league points for Bellevue and 1 point for Ipswich tonight for a consolation away point by losing by 6 or less. They've lost by 4, 47 points to 43, but well done both sides.
Yeah, credit to both sides, absolutely right. It was a stern test tonight for the aces, there's no question about that. The Ipswich Witches can go away holding their heads high because they really have come here and given a great account of themselves. Frick's out in front, terrific start from him. Kenneth Pierre does a great job. In actual fact, Pierre's ridden brilliantly in heats 13 and 15. Coming through the traffic, delighting the home crowd. They were on their feet with this battle between Pierre and Bellego. And down that straight again, and the Danish champion having to work hard, but Frick out in front.